A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to the beautiful Bayuemas Oval, where we continue the coverage of the ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. The stage is all set for another exciting contest between Japan and Bahrain. Japan will come in with plenty of determination and ambition, and Bahrain will play for the pride. But the important thing for us will be who's going to win the toss, and for that we have Babashish out there with the two captains at the middle.
Salamat Tengahari then all set for this afternoon fixture as the glowing sun greets us right next to pitch number 1. I've got with me the captain of Japan, Mai Yanagida. Japan have won both their games and will be looking to continue and pushing on the momentum. To her left is Deepika Rasangika leading Bahrain. They'll be hoping to end the group stage with some points on board. And on the extreme left, it's Shivani Mishra, the match referee from Qatar. Mai, you've got the coin, give it a flip. Heads is the call. Tails it is. It's up to Japan then. Mai, you won the toss. What do you prefer?
We're going to bat first.
Just looking at the conditions?
Yeah, that's what we did in the last two games. So we'll continue to bat first, but the good title on.
Good luck, Mai. Deepika, has been a tough tournament all throughout. Bowling first right now. How do you see this?
Yeah, good batting track. If you won the toss, we will bat first today. Then we will do our best today. Our good batting, bowling lineup. We'll do our best today.
Good luck, Deepika.
Thank you.
Right then, news from the center. Japan, having won the toss, will be batting first.
Well, thank you, Babashish, and there you have it. Japan won the toss and they will be batting first. I think it's a good call. It's just the right time before going into the second stage of this tournament. I think they will be looking to spend some good time out there. And looking at the leaderboard, it's Thailand who's leading this group with a hefty run rate. 8.95 is the net run rate for them. Japan on 4 points. They would like to continue the unbeaten run, followed by Myanmar, Mongolia, and Bahrain. It will be a very big game for Bahrain as well. They would like to finish it on a high, which is very important as well. And with that, I would like to have my fellow commentator, Dipesh. Welcome.
Good afternoon to all. And yes, rightly said there, it's going to be a good game of cricket. Both the teams are just looking so good at this moment. Sometime back, we saw them practicing, doing the final discussions, getting into a huddle, and finally entering and taking charge of the 22 yards with a game plan. At the Bahrain side, if I have to say, then the game plan would be very clear that try to get early wickets, try to get early breakthrough, utilize the conditions. We've seen, spinners have done good for that matter. Even pacers have been really spot on. With Japan, it is very clear to just go out there, put runs on the board, utilize the power play. So let's see. I mean, I think it's when you talk about a T20 game, it's always about the perfect 11. Is always that I say that the first 6 overs and the last 5 overs are majorly the deciders. So I think whoever does that perfect 11 has a great chance in this game. And let's see what unfolds with every over that is going to come up in front of us.
So we have the two openers out there for Japan. It's Haruna Iwasaki who will take the strike. And joining her is Erika Oda, vice captain of the side. So again, explosive batting right up there at the top order for Japan. These two can be very dangerous on their day, but take nothing away from the Bahrain attack as well. They have a formidable bowling side, team with a good balance of pacers and spinners. So we are almost there. It's almost time for the first delivery.
Yes, before the first delivery, let's just see what the field arrangements are. They've got a deep cover. They've got a deep square leg out here. They've got mid on, mid off. And the two catching positions, what interests me at this moment, they also have a backward point, a short third, a short fine leg. Here we go. Ball number 1.
Sarah Vivek has the ball in her hand. That's wayward. Starts off with a wide.
It sometimes happens, you just want to get there with a perfect one, and at times it doesn't happen. A little wider of that off stump, and that will be given wide. Started off with a wide. She'll have to get into the right line and length as soon as possible.
Well, the Bahrain bowlers were very impressive throughout this tournament, especially yesterday. Oh, that was a fuller delivery, heaved away on the onside. Not the best of timings, but she'll get off the mark. Haruna starts off her innings with a single. Well, coming back to the bowling of Bahrain, they were very good yesterday against Mongolia. Very tight game, low scoring ones. But then the bowlers took those early wickets, and I think they will need something similar today as well.
I think it's all the hard work that has gone through, and I will say that for every team out here to be a part of ACC's event, everyone has their own journey to talk about. Well bowled. It's very well bowled. And this is what you need to see how corrections are done quickly. The first one, though it was an extra, but after that, just making sure that those 3 sticks, the eyes on those 3 sticks, and bowling on the line.
And that delivery slightly kept low as well. Just like that. But a good looking shot. Right off the middle of the bat, Erika Oda. Very confident. And that's one thing I like about these Japan batters. They go out there to bat with a lot of confidence.
Well, of course, I think it was nicely connected, and good fielding placement as well. You have a deep cover so that anything that comes at that point, you still have to give only a single.
Fuller delivery. She goes over the infield. Good looking shot. That will be 4 runs. First boundary for Erika Oda.
Well, perfect delivery to open up, and you can see that wide of that off stump, and lovely bat swing that will just clear that 30-yard circle, and the rest fast outfield, because we don't have the similar outfield like we had in the morning game, because the dew is gone and the outfield is now much, much, much faster.
Well, a good start here. Well, in fact, it was Haruna Iwasaki who hit that delivery. Again, slightly kept low. Something unusual here.
I just love the action. It's a very clean and free-flowing action. And just when that jump happens before the ball is getting released, she's actually putting the right hand, which is the release hand, right in front of her, gathering all the strength and just releasing the ball on the seam. So it's just so good to see Sarah there with a good clean action.
And it's interesting to watch Haruna Iwasaki. She's batting way in front of that popping crease. So probably the idea is to deal with the swing earlier on. And it's a good ploy as well. Just like that, created, that should have been a good delivery if she was not standing that far ahead. Almost became a low full toss to end the over, 7 without loss. And it's going to be some spin into the attack.
And something that doesn't surprise me, because spin attack, if you've seen in the previous match, also has worked well. So the pace and spin combination, sometimes it looks like something which is not usual, but in T20 cricket, the unusual also holds a lot of importance. So a spin attack coming right after that pace attack, and it will be interesting to see because early in the innings the ball won't turn much, but it's the right areas that you're going to bowl that will impact your bowling.
Again, a decent start. Single of the very first delivery. Good running between the wickets as well. Tharanga has the ball in her hand. And now she's going to go against Erika Oda. I beg your pardon. Once again, it's Haruna who's on strike. A good looking shot. That's in the gap as well. Long chase here for the fielder. Well, she does well. With a couple of runs.
Bit of a hesitation there with Erika and Haruna, because Erika always wanted to go for the second run, getting back Haruna on strike. And you were just mentioning about she stepping a step forward away from that batting crease. It's purely because her nature of batting is very aggressive. So she wants to take on to the bowlers as soon as she can in the innings, especially the pacers, where you've got good timing, a good use of the bottom hand that comes in whenever you've seen her bat. So it's just to take that techniques to another level, and that's what I think Haruna has proved over the period of time.
That was a quicker delivery, and she has been given out. That was a late call, very close one. There was a sound, but I thought that she has missed it. The replay will be very interesting here. The quicker delivery, probably took a feather. Well, they didn't went for the appeal at first. Surprising.
Well, all I can say, it's a very big wicket. It's a very big wicket. Early breakthrough for Bahrain, and they would be happy about this. And it is important, when you're playing against one of the best sides, it's how you are going to approach, what is your game plan, and whether your game plan has the similar kind of an execution. It's a great breakthrough. Taranga would be happy, team would be happy. And the first wicket goes at 11 runs just in the second over. Couple of deliveries still in this over, and it will be interesting to see after this wicket, are they going to keep up the momentum? Are they going to dominate even further? It's all going to be real time just when the next ball is getting bowled.
And the new batter for Japan is Ayaka Kato Stafford. So she's the batter, aged just 16, and she has been wonderful in this tournament so far. Highest score of 84 in the first game. Played an important knock in the second game as well. Very technically solid. It's 11 for 1. Well, 2 overs done, 11 for 1. Bahrain will be happy with that first wicket. And now it's going to be Sara Vivek who will continue her second over. Haruna on strike. Kane starts off with a wide, not the best of starts.
Well, somewhere down the line, it's just that experiment of bowling extra bit of pace, trying to bowl much fuller so that she can get the batter to play that one. And when you have a deep covers, when you have a deep mid wicket, it's all the more chance that the batter will be tempted to hit it in the air and try to make some mistake. Look at that. This is exactly what I was saying, that the more and more she is going to make Haruna, play on the front foot. They want her to set up a perfect trap there.
And I think it was a good change of pace as well. Probably just rolling her fingers. The ball was just creeping onto the surface. Kind of stopped before it came onto the bat, which caught her by surprise. So we have seen the ball certainly skidding on early on. It was a very different delivery. Slightly fuller, and that's another wide.
And that's well kept as well. It's not easy to grab those deliveries coming at such a pace, especially when you're not standing way too behind from that stumps. You're standing very close to that striker end stump. It's a good thing that you're collecting it very nicely and cleanly out there. Ashwini, the wicket keeper for Bahrain. Good work behind the stumps.
Oh, what a shot! That smashed over the bowler. One of the safest places to hit the cricket ball. 4 runs for Haruna Iwasaki.
Well, that's the nature of her batting. She loves to hit those and clear the 30-yard circle with ease. Look at that, fuller in length and the bat swing. The bottom hand comes into play nicely, and that is where the power is generated, the strength is generated for the ball to be nicely lofted in the air and watch it go to the boundary.
And straight away, there's a change in field as well. There's a long on in place. Another aerial shot. This time she finds the fielder. She juggles, but caught it on the second attempt. Another wicket for Japan.
Well, it would be a sigh of relief after the ball finally was caught. This is the previous delivery that we are watching that went for a boundary, and reply to that from Sara was a very good catch taken at the mid off. Second blow for Japan, and that comes very early. And this is what I was saying, that Sara was continuously wanting Haruna to play on the front foot. Doesn't matter, those couple of boundaries have come in, but that's how you set up a game plan for a batter. Well bowled.
And yes, you could see the emotions on her face as well after she got that wicket. And as a bowler, it shows your character as well. You're hit for a boundary in the previous delivery, and to come back strongly and get the same batter in the very next delivery shows the character.
No, I think it was continuously a plan. I think Sara, right from the first ball, even though she started with an extra, but getting in line and getting more fuller, bowling more over pitch deliveries. It's just that clear intent that I want you to hit. And that is exactly where even Haruna got 2 good hits, and that went for a boundary. But then again, when challenged with one more fuller delivery, directly the ball went to the mid-off region and a wicket as well. Second breakthrough, and a very important one.
The new batter for Japan, Seika Sumi. Well, she has been promoted up the order. I was expecting the skipper to walk into bat.
Look at the consistency in length. And Sheikha and Ayaka now will have a big responsibility. It's just to first, make sure that you do justice to the power play overs with the bat, and probably then lay a very good scoreboard further.
Oh, that's beautifully driven. Straight to the fielder. This could be close. Oh! A direct hit, and she was gone for all money.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is some good fielding as well. The bullseye was needed, but the effort earns 100 mark.
Well, good cricket all around, and it's good to see that they are happy to take the risks, even though they have lost 2 wickets. The intent is still very positive. So as a batter, you should just stay focused. A good partnership here will bring Japan back into the game. Oh, that was edged, and a drop catch. You need to take those.
Well, Ashwini, who was doing so well behind the stumps, will be a little upset, but that's okay. Happens in the game, and that's going to be the end of 3 overs with 18 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. On the other good part, it's also good to see, both of these batters now having regular conversations. probably this conversation totally helps you with bringing more ideas to the table, dealing situations in a better way. So I think the continuous conversation that will be going on, that let's look forward in every over and try to scale it up.
Yes, absolutely. But yes, Dipesh, coming back to the last delivery, the missed opportunity, and it was, oh, she has got her. What a wicket. We are talking about the last opportunity. She creates one now, and it's Seika Sumi who's gone. Another wicket down for Japan.
Big wicket, trying to play across the line, and paid a price for that. Wonderful delivery by Taranga. Very thoughtful and sticking on to those 3 sticks. This time the timber goes off, and what a moment for Taranga. She is celebrating, and how. Absolutely phenomenal start there by Bahrain. It's just that early wickets will create a lot of pressure onto the middle order now stepping out.
And can you imagine if they caught that last delivery, it could have been 4 down. And it would have had Ayaka Stafford back in the dugout as well.
I think Taranga covered up for that moment for sure.
But yes, she's still out there, Ayaka Stafford. She can take the game on all by herself.
Well, all in all, I can say it's a good contest. Gets the thick outside edge and the fast outfield. Just want to see how many runs now you're going to gather. Will they go for the third one? They do. Bit of that fumble will allow that third one to happen at ease. So 3 good runs and good running between the wickets.
Yes, I think the idea was simple. Ayaka, she wants the strike, pushed the fielder and pushed her partner as well. And I think it's important that she takes the responsibility. She's still very young, but right now she's the number 1 batter in Japan. Especially for this tournament, 126 runs before this game. And still continues to impress the youngster.
Well, and yes, this would be that moment where the team would need her to be there in the center the most.
But it's almost like a dream start for Bahrain. We all knew that they will come in hard in this game. They're playing for pride, and if they can finish on a high note, that's the best thing that could happen.
I think, see, I mean, when you're part of such a prestigious tournament and you get such a stage, we've seen cricketers, we've seen these players raising the bar every time they've given an opportunity. And that is what is truly commendable for all the girls who are playing at this stage at an event of ACC. So it's now the time where, to see how Japan is going to approach this, because considering 3 wickets have gone down, will they be looking to rotate more and more strike, or they will be continuing with the aggression that they've always got?
That was a close run once again. And yes, talking about Japan, they have evolved as a cricketing nation right from the grassroots. And recently, they organized the Japan Premier League, and a lot of players from around the world, they went and played in this tournament. So a lot of exposure for the young players as well.
Well, of course, a bit of a misfield that will allow some more runs to be added into the total. And that should be now end of a very good over for Bahrain. Again, 26 for 3 after the end of 4.
Well, Sara Vivek will continue in here, coming to bowl her third over. She continues. And I think that's the right ploy. You need to have your best bowlers bowling most of the overs, especially when you need wickets. That's a good delivery, good looking shot as well. Straight to cover, no runs there.
Gets that bit of motivation from the captain also when the captain wants you to bowl one more over and give you breakthrough and give you that icebreaker once again. That pumps up a lot of confidence, and you can see that with Sara. Wonderful pace that she's bowled till now. Third over already in her spell, and that's going to be a little risky, but that dive will help for sure. Very quick running that particular run, very fast, very hard. It's almost like challenging the fielders to hit the bullseye once again.
Yes, they took on the fielder, and it was a risky run. So the last thing Japan will need right now will be a run out. Inase Goto on strike, good looking shot, but it goes to backward point. No runs there.
Again, now I think in this over, probably Sara has got two fielders outside the 30-yard. One, the deep covers stay as is. The other one is the long on that comes into the play. Because a couple of boundaries in the previous over of Sara went into that position. So that's a good thinking to bring in long on instead of that deep mid wicket which was placed in the earlier over.
Yes, good captaincy and slightly defensive, but I think that's the right ploy. They're trying not to leak runs again. They're just trying to clear her front leg. Inase Goto.
I think it's overall now what Japan is thinking, especially these two batters who are out there in the center, Inase and Akaya. Again, a good looking drive, wonderful effort in the field. A little hesitation for the second one and a good call of not going for the second one. Could have been a little risky at this stage, especially when you have lost wickets early. You do not want to commit any mistake, especially when you're doing so well. At least focusing on the singles, trying to convert those ones into twos, twos into threes.
So there's the Japan dugout. Still pretty relaxed. They're in a good position. They'll finish off at number 2. Meanwhile, that's a single to end the over. 29 for 3. Well, here Taranga will continue in here. Ayaka on strike. And a solid defense right behind the line of the ball. This is good bowling here. Taranga, she's bowling with a lot of control. And bowling within herself, not trying to do anything out of the box. Just like that. Again, good timing on that. Just flicked away. They might be going for the second. No, decides against it.
Yes, Shahdur, they've given her the right end as well. Bowling from the Golden Hope, and we have seen all morning the ball has just skidded on, and she's not a massive turner of the ball. So if she can use the crease and keep the stumps in place, especially for Ayaka Stafford, who prefers managing the ball off the back foot, this surface, this end could be tricky.
Absolutely, that was in the air, but in the gap as well. Sara Vivek in pursuit. And that will be a couple of runs. Again, good looking shot. Well, both the batters, they're batting with a very positive intent, not afraid to take the aerial route.
Yes, they've got a plan in place, especially with Japan sending Inase Goto up the order. It is also to give Goto a bit of batting time out there. Before the crucial knockout games begin, she usually was batting low the order. Now is the opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's the right time for them to have some time out there in the middle as well, just to get used to the pitch.
It's a little short of the Bahrain dugout there. They must be thrilled with the way they have started in this game.
It's absolutely a spiritual performance so far from Bahrain. That's flicked away on the onside. That's in the gap as well. This will be at least 2. And a good throw from the deep.
Don't mind that, Shah, to be honest, because especially bowling from this particular end, even if she wants to drop the square leg back, which they already have, you can drop the long on as well. Get the sweeper in, ask Stafford, and go on the back foot and create space through the offside, which will be difficult.
That's cut away. Fielder was wrong-footed, but she gets to it. And yes, you're absolutely right. It's about challenging the batter, but they have went for the defensive approach, which is not to leak runs, probably due to the games they have lost earlier on.
Spot on there. And they know they just need to get out of this power play, having done all the good work so far.
A fuller delivery. That's wrapped on the pad. This could be close. Oh, that was very, very close.
Yes, to be honest, that looked more out than not out, but umpires perhaps thinking it could have slipped down the leg side. 35 for 3, power play done.
Well, one would debate about that shout, but that looked extremely close from right up there. And end of another over. That's the end of the power play as well. 35. Japan will take it, but it's the wicket column. 3 down for the first time in this tournament. The middle order has been exposed.
And the spinners now will try and rush through these middle overs. They'll be hoping to keep the run rate down. Here is Abira Waris with some gentle spin.
That's cut away. Good timing on that once again. And look at the slowness with which he was bowling. Hardly giving any pace for the batters to play with. Because I think Bahrain, they did their homework. They know both the batters. They like pace on the ball. And they rely more on timing than muscle power. So I think they've done the homework just like that. Flighted, that's in the air as well. Oh, just over the fielder at cover. Almost falling for the trap.
Especially against Stafford, if they can drop that short cover to a normal cover position, because she's somebody who either goes too deep in the crease or comes down the track. So either go fully forward or go fully backward. Going fully back is difficult. You got to stop making her to go forward.
Yes, she's definitely a class. Again, solid punch down the ground, right from the middle of the bat. It's how well she has timed her shots.
Absolutely. A little note about Abira Waris as well. Not getting a lot of turn, but hitting the right areas so far.
Absolutely. It's all about consistency. Again, fuller delivery, not afraid to flight the ball.
Going by the word of their captain, she was pretty confident that they are going to give their best shot, and they have so far.
And yes, and if they can get a win out of this, that will do a lot of good to their confidence as a team, as an unit. Another single to end the over. It's 40 for 3.
Just continuing on that point you touched upon, a win, a performance like this will be a result of years of hard work. It's the ICC Creo Cricket Program, facilitator training for teachers, parents, community leaders to deliver inclusive cricket sessions that has been happening in Bahrain Bahrain Cricket Association, they've been supporting the Creo to grow cricket in schools at the grassroots level. What that has done, it has really given them a pool of players. More importantly, they came up with 16 softball league teams, and 9 out of them transitioned into hardball for elite women's cricket pipeline. So it's years of hard work, and the result is here. 40 for 3 after 7.
Yes, I think most of the teams, they have a long history and a lot of people working behind the scenes as well. It's not easy for cricketers to, play the game day in, day out. So physically it's challenging, and to maintain them, it takes a lot of efforts as well.
And once you build an ecosystem like that, then players can really transition from becoming a player to a coach, be a part of the management. You know for a fact they want to be closer to the ground always once you're a player.
Again, good looking flick. And look at how close to the body she plays that ball, and with a very steady head. The head never falls across. It's very steady, watches the ball till the end. It's wonderful. Technically, she's very solid, sound.
Yes, the first time we saw her at the UKM ground looked like they've made her in a lab. So perfect. The economy of movements. There are no unnecessary movements when Stafford bats.
That was short and wide. Missed opportunity. A scoring chance there, especially with the point missing.
It's just that it's the end she's bowling from. Even if you go on the back foot, the ball doesn't get out much from the Golden Hope end. So going on the back foot, playing horizontal bat shots is slightly tricky here.
Yes, and it skids off the surface as well. We have seen it in the first game. Much better. This time she gets the connection, and a good one, in fact.
Lot better because she was trying to hit it well in front of square rather than behind. The point I was trying to make in terms of ecosystem, the current head coach for this women's team was a former team player for the Bahrain men's, senior men's. Became the first Bahrain player to score 100 as well, the head coach. That 100 came in Malaysia. So if they win here, this will be gone through that inner circle fielder. They'll push for the second run. If they win here, this could be another core memory for their head coach, who's got some fond memories to be here in Malaysia.
Yes, absolutely. And coming back to Japan as well, they're rebuilding this innings, and it's a decent partnership so far. They both came into bat at a very early stage, and they're doing the recovery well. Both of them are looking extremely good, especially against pace, just like that, right off the middle of the bat. And these are easy singles, smart batting, good rotation of strike as well.
Absolutely, and didn't play that shot on the move. Even though it looked like that ball just stopped on her, she waited for the ball. Not trying to do anything fancy right now. These two just sticking to the batting booklet of playing the merit of the ball, running hard.
As Hinase Goto, on the other hand, she's played a good knock here. Was promoted up the order, and I think so far she has taken the responsibility, trying to be the anchor to Ayaka. End of the over, 46 for 3.
Real melting pot in terms of talent here at the ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. We spoke about the Creo program that has done wonders for Bahrain. For Japan, they are perhaps unlocking the next level, which is where you mentioned the WJPL that recently concluded. Abira once again.
Good start once again. And yes, talking about the Japan Premier League, a lot of players from this tournament as well. They were playing. There are some players from Singapore, Hong Kong, China, and some BBL players as well. Big Bash and big names there. And I think that was one of the tournaments that really stepped up the women's cricket in Japan.
Yes, now they do have the under 16 and under 19 women's league back in Japan as well, which is why you see 3 players from the under 19 set up in this particular squad as well.
Oh, good use of the feet. Not afraid to dance down once again. Just a single, but a good shot.
Absolutely. And I love the line that Abira Waris is bowling. Even that length you can account for by coming down the track. But if it's within the stumps, there is always a doubt.
Can cut away. And look at how easily she plays that. It's almost like she's batting on a different track compared to the rest of the batters. I think it's also due to the fact that she has played a lot of cricket in Brisbane, in Australia. That's where she was born. And she represented the under 19 squad of Australia at the age of 15. Can you imagine the type of talent? And Wes, when you bat on those kind of pitches and you're ready for the quicker deliveries, and this was a good looking shot in the gap. Good footwork there. It was the skipper, Deepika.
Yes, leading from the front. She was fielding down at long on, had to cover a lot of ground to her left and did that purposefully. A nifty footwork. 50 up meanwhile.
Oh, low full toss. Good use of the feet once again. And this time she finds the gap. Excellent batting here from Hinase Goto.
Yes, Hinase giving Deepika no time to recover from the previous effort. This time, once in the gap, the long on fielder there didn't have a chance. Full toss and gleefully accepted. That boundary now really puts this partnership right on top. 55 for 3, 9 done.
Well, that boundary was a result of some proactive batting. Just using the feet, and she was predicting Abira to ball much slower. So she just advanced down the track, created that full toss for herself.
And she had already tired out the fielder of the previous shot, who ran in, did her best to keep that down to 2. But even fielders need that little time to recover and go again. If the second ball too is hit like that, it's extremely difficult.
Yes, absolutely. It's hot and humid out there, and you need a breather. Change in bowling. Rachel D'Souza coming in. Again, that delivery was a bit low.
Yeah, this is where I think they should be able to get some feedback from the morning game that's being played on the same ground. I don't know how much time teams to get to watch any of the action that goes along. But if they must have known from Golden Hope, and all you have to do is bowl within the stumps. Let the natural variation, the up and down bounce, do the job for you.
Yes, absolutely. And a good delivery again. That was close. She's trying to go in between bat and pad.
Yeah, Rachel, after that first ball, has got the radar right. And I love that last ball. Just fuller of length and within the middle stump.
Yes, we have assessed the pitch, and there's still something for the bowlers. You just need to bowl at the right areas. Well, that won't help. It's a wild delivery outside the off stump.
Looked like a tight call there. That one went the batter's way. Wonder if the plan right now is just to bat normally till the 14th, 15th over. Don't worry about the runs. They're going run on ball. So be it. Get to 100, 120 with say 4-5 overs still to bat with wickets in hand. Then you can go hammer and tongs in that Calypso hour.
Yes, I think that should be the approach. Good partnership here. Oh, another miss by the wicketkeeper. And Smart running once again. They've snatched that single.
Yes, tough work for Ashwini Mungliwane with the gloves. As a keeper, you should be the first one to predict the lack of bounce from this end. And especially when you're keeping from bowlers who are bowling from Golden Hope end, just stand a little further ahead because you know it's not going to carry.
Yeah, can't agree more, especially when you have your helmet on. You're safe and sound. Fuller delivery and beautifully driven. Look at that exquisite timing once again. And a long chase here for Sara. Couple of runs taken.
Yes, it's eventually the longer fielder Sai Parki who did come around. Sara did make her move as well towards that ball. But just the wrong length perhaps when you're bowling from this end. Got to use the surface wrestle. She's into her second over. Must have assessed the conditions slightly better. With this partnership, Japan crawling back in the contest.
Yes, a bit too full on that occasion. This time she goes slightly short of length. But again, beautifully played. The timing and just the sound of the bat sounds really good.
Bats are superb these days, Shah. When you're playing top flight cricket, you would want to ensure that you've got the best equipment altogether. On a surface like this, if you've got a good willow, it's going to serve you really well.
It's definitely doing that for Ayaka. Oh, good end to the over. That will be a dot ball. And we're at the halfway stage, 61 for 3. And with that, the umpires have called for drinks. We'll be heading into a short break and we'll come back on the other side.
Welcome back to the home of cricket here in Malaysia. After the first hour of play, it's split into two halves. For the first half an hour, it was Bahrain with those 3 wickets, and then Japan has come back with this partnership between Goto and Stafford. Abira to continue after the break. Starts with the ball just short of length. Bit of fumble there from the fielder inside the circle. Had she been coming up a little tighter, she would have perhaps put some pressure on Stafford here.
I think Inase and Akaya has done a wonderful job. They wanted to stay there. Initially, they went on to convert those singles into twos, twos into threes. And then when you have that stability, you can always look for big shots later on.
Yes, they've just gone off for that previous ball. Looked like it missed everything. Wicketkeeper now has a query with the square leg umpire. That has been turned out too.
Interesting appeal there. And for a moment, it looked like something is interesting and something will happen. But then that appeal was taken off.
This time, Abira just stopped looking at the non-striker. Are you backing up too far?
And there is a lot of interesting things happening in the center for sure.
Comes a little down the track. Short fine leg fielder looks a little slow behind that ball, which is why they'll get to that second run.
It just happened to get some bat on it and good running between the wickets. That has been one consistent that has taken them away from that situation where that early fall of wickets happened.
Rightly mentioned, Dipesh, and that's the only thing that's in control of the two batters. Once again, fix that length early by going deep in the crease. Because you don't have a control over the opposition, what sort of a form they're in, not the surface, but running between the wickets, yes.
Absolutely. Now it all boils down to what is the total that is going to come in the next 10. We are midway through, and I think it's a decent total till now, 65 for 3. And we've seen the quality in which this partnership has actually been there for quite some time now.
Yes, because they haven't really tried to outbat each other, but they have tried to bat together as a unit.
It's a very good point that you make, that when you complement each other in a partnership, that is the time you get better results. And this is what has been happening, especially the conversations between the two, always discussing, always trying to explore new ideas.
Wonder if Bahrain could have discussed a bit more in that particular break, as that over comes to an end. 67 for 3. Wonder what was the message from Deepika to the entire team. How soon are we looking to get a couple more wickets and penetrate this batting unit from Japan? Disna Jayasuriya. Her first over starts with a decent length but wider. She's bowling from that Golden Hope end, from where the stumps are always in play. Right now, I think that's what the keeper has just told Dishna. Keep it within the stumps. You've got protection, long on, deep mid wicket, bowl straighter.
Well, this time she's done exactly the same, bowling more on that off stump line. A little width that just gave this single at ease.
Because there was a little bit of width, again, the reconfirmation comes from Ashwini. You can get it furthermore tighter. We don't mind giving away a couple of wides if you pick up a wicket here. Wide of the crease, trying to angle it in. Again, make space through the offside. This is excellent batting from these two.
I think this is the moment where they are gathering runs, singles, doubles, which will just keep on, adding numbers onto the total. And probably the last 5 is where they know that they can go all guns blazing.
Dishna attempts the wide Yorker, successfully gets a dot ball, which is why so important for Bahrain is to get a breakthrough. Get a couple of new batters in before the death overs begin. Otherwise, these two will be able to take a couple of boundaries every over with ease.
Well, I'm sure Bahrain will have a plan. At this moment, it was a wide ball. But I'm sure, we saw both the teams, discussing with their teammates that how that next 10 overs are to be targeted. And I'm sure Bahrain will come out with a plan very soon.
Better ball from Dishna there. Half a stop from the captain. Won't be able to stop the single. If you're not able to pick up a wicket, Dipesh, make sure that you're bowling at least 2-3 dot balls every over. Now, cumulative of that cannot actually give you a wicket.
Hey, you got to credit the batters as well. I think they're playing the ball to the merits, and it's all about now what kind of a plan that you want to have when, especially if you're intending to break this partnership. That has to come forward first. Otherwise, I think these two batters are pretty much settled in the center, and they're doing pretty well. End of 12 overs, 74 for 3.
Time for the captain to take the responsibility with the ball in hand. Right arm leg spin from Deepika. Starts with a bad ball. Short fine leg inside. No chance for her. So Sara has to come around, keep it down to 2. As a leg spinner, you're worried about 2 deliveries in your first over. The full toss and the rank long hop. She's got the full toss out of her system. Let's just hope that there are no short balls. I say that out of a little bit of experience by bowling some part-time leg break. I know those are the 2 deliveries you don't want to bowl.
Deepika, this is much better. And somewhere down the line, I think spinners, the kind of contribution they've got to this field has been exceptional. And right now, just hunting for a wicket.
Should have stopped that one. The last 5 minutes or so, she's just dropped down the fielding anchor herself. And that could be the case because so many things go on if you're the skipper in your mind. Bowling changes, what end, who to bowl with. Just have to refocus on your own fielding too. Lot of flight given as a no ball straight away. So short mid will catch that, give it back to the bowler. And the next ball should be a free hit. Will be a free hit.
Well, even though if it is a no ball, but somewhere down the line, probably there is a game plan that is getting built here. When you're bowling full tosses, when you're bowling over pitch deliveries, and you wanting the batsman to play in the air, there is certainly there's something hidden, and that is what we have seen in the power play overs as well.
Yes, I said full toss and a long hop. Full toss came on the first ball. There was the long hop there. Hardly bounced, almost getting towards the second bounce to the batter there. So while those 2 balls are out of the system, she should be bowling well for the rest of this over. Another short ball, so she's continued with that length. This is easy now for these 2 batters.
Well, yes, after spending quite some time in the middle, Ayaka playing on 27, Inase Goto playing on 30. It's almost, just about that 50-run partnership that you're looking at this moment. Oh, not what you want to bowl. Probably the ball just slipped out of her hands.
Yeah, unable to grip the ball right now. It's dry enough, so can't really see a reason here. It could just be that she hasn't bowled for a bit. And just trying to get back into a bowling rhythm. Another free hit in this over. Just goes through that inner circle fielder. Free hits haven't really cost them in this over. Still a good one. Chunky 10-run over now for Japan. After 13 overs, because of this partnership, they're miles ahead in the game already. 84 for 3. Bit of a water break for both the batters as Dishna Jayasuriya will begin her second over. She's trying her level best now, Rasangika, to get through the overs of the fifth bowlers. Rather than that, you can actually go to one of your strike bowlers. Go to Tharanga Gajanaike, who bowled off spin from the same Golden Hope and kept the stumps in play, picked up a wicket as well. Rather than finishing your quota of overs, look at picking up a wicket here. Dipesh, do you think that's how they should be approaching it? Don't wait to bowl out 20 overs here. Make some more inroads.
Well, see, I think the way Japan has picked up after that early loss of wickets, I think it is very important for a captain to think that what are the reserves later. If she uses all the prime bowlers and in the intent of taking wickets, and if the later on she does not have a bowler who is in much control of that run gates that might open up in the later half, that is what she's trying is. What you're saying, the approach basically is right now, get in your best of the bowlers, get a couple of wickets or so, but probably the way partnership is going on, she wants more of that support in the death overs.
Yes, you're spot on. There could be half a chance, but too far away from that short midfielder. The reason I say this, of course, too many times, it's the result that really determines the process in cricket and not the other way around. But as cricketers, all you can do is stick to the process. So what happens later on, you still have to control it. Thumped, but straight to the fielder, good fielding. You need more of that just to support your bowlers here. Well done, Sarah.
And sometimes it does happen that when you're not using prime bowlers too much and you're getting, bowlers whom you think that the batsman will take them easy, that is where another trap that lies. That if the batter is thinking that, okay, this is easy one for me, and that is when the mistake happens. But you need the experienced lot in the death overs. That is very, very, very important because we've seen the entire game changing of T20 in the last 5 overs.
And they've got some batting to come, some firepower to come. The captain herself, Yanagida, can strike a big ball. Last ball of this over. That's been pulled in the gap too. They'll definitely push for the second. Running has been supreme in this partnership. 14 overs are done. 90 for 3 are Japan. Both these teams only in their second ACC event. Bahrain went winless last time. Japan finished by losing in the quarters. Japan hoping they'll go over and beyond. Bahrain hoping they can go one better and go with points. Time for a switch. Pace back. Half a stop from that short cover fielder. Well done. Keeps it down to a dot.
And even in the outfield, I think these two batters have kept everybody busy. They've got shots to all the parts of the ground, and everyone has been busy in the outfield.
Like this move with Sai Parkhi now into the bowling attack. Was a very wide delivery, but she's found the deep cover fielder. They've taken one on the throw as well. Smart running from these two.
I must say that there's a lot of hard work in running that these two have put in. It's not about the boundaries and sixes. This is a prime example how you can elevate the innings even after that early losses of wicket is something that is there in front of you. The partnership between Ayaka and Hinase Goto.
Let's see if Sai can get a little tighter. Oh, a little too straight. Short fine leg waits for the ball, allows the single to be taken. From that particular end that Sai is bowling from, there is decent amount of carry, which is why the line just on off stump could be a lot trickier. Anything down the leg side, it's a free hit with the short fine leg up. Real bad ball once again, unable to put that one away. What that will do, and this will be interesting to note, Dipesh, the amount of running these two have done. Wonder how much of fuel is left in the tank when they're looking to play the big shots. Will they be able to then translate that power?
Well, certainly, yes. I think both of them are long innings players, and something that we are not just seeing them today, but something in the past also that we've seen. And it needed that kind of a partnership at that point in time. See, because, it's very easy to lose wickets. But again, to sustain there, to be there and just be reliable for your team is another asset that you possess.
That ball hit properly. Real loosener on that from Sai Parkhi. Looks like she's tiring out after 4 balls. And that's hit comfortably over short fine leg.
Well, you just spoke about they're taking so many singles and doubles. Will they be able to go for those big ones? This is the answer to that. A full toss ball. And what I like about that shot, that she has come very quickly into the position, marked where the fielding is. And of course, when you have the fielder inside the 30-yard circle, that full toss ball was easily converted above the head of the short fine leg and went for a boundary.
That will be another 8-run over. We are heading into the last 5 overs with the stage set for these two batters to go on and get a big score for Japan. They're 98 for 3.
Well, 98 for 3. Japan in a commanding position right now. Let's cut away. A yes and a no. Okay. Oh, that's going to be an extra run on the overthrow. Fortunate. Well, a better throw in there, and she was in trouble. Well, we've seen for the first time in this partnership some confusion between the batters.
Just 1 run away, Japan, with that 100 mark that they will complete very soon. And it all thanks to this wonderful partnership, Ayaka and Hinase.
That's beautifully guided. Just using the pace on the delivery, opening the face of the bat.
Well, yes, they've made sure that these singles come in almost on every ball. They've kept the clock ticking. They've kept the scoreboard busy. And that is where you will see that reliability angle was fulfilled. Again, not at all hesitating whenever there is a chance of taking a single. And in some moments, they have also converted those singles into twos into threes. That is the special part about this partnership. Now, coming back to the strategy, what Bahrain wants to adapt is right now to how can they get that breakthrough, because breakthrough here is very important.
Yes, absolutely. I think wickets will be the need of the hour for Bahrain. They're trying to break this break. That shot cut away. This time she finds the gap. Another good looking shot. Oh, that goes past the fielder as well. Couple of runs taken. Sara Vivek. She overran. And that's 3 runs. Good running between the wickets as well.
And bit of that drinks will be allowed after so much running around that they're doing. But I think Ayaka overall is having a good time out here. Just that on 4th June, she got 84 runs. And on the 6th, she got 42. So this match also, she's looking so good. Almost, that 38 runs that have come in. And I must say that it's that great understanding between the two has got this strong partnership in play. Bahrain here is looking for a wicket. Got a pacer again.
Another miss by the wicketkeeper. Well, she's having a nightmare. Not the best of days with the gloves. And I think it's a very important place, the wicketkeeper. She needs to back her bowler up. We have seen plenty of misses today.
Well, yes, it's just one of the days which are not yours. But then the hard work is still on. Wickets here is going to be the key, just to avoid that big score that is getting built now. Already 100 plus. Sara has been got brought back to the attack. Some wonderful figures, bowling figures that she's having. And to be very honest, when you talk about T20 cricket and when you're having a spell, your bowling spell of 4 overs, I think she's just conceded 17 runs, got a wicket early. Another over pitch delivery straight down towards the long off. Just a single.
Well, a decent over so far. Looking into the context of the game, I think anything below 6 runs per over, it's a good over for the bowling side. Bahrain, another good looking shot, misfield, goes through the cover fielder. They might be going for the second, but decided against it.
I think need to get hold of this. Even previously, similar misfield happened from the keeper, Ashwini. And then now it is when you have that very short distance, the ball just comes very quickly to you. This one's in the air. And probably only a single.
Again, a good looking shot went over the bowler. I think both the batters, they're extremely confident out there. And now they have spent some good time as well. Both played more than 40 deliveries. Well set at the crease. Oh, that's down the leg. This time a good stop from the wicketkeeper.
Well, yes, very well stopped. Otherwise, even this ball was travelling and could have conceded more runs. But a very good save. And it's not easy because when you're keeping, you're almost standing towards the right hand side of batter, and suddenly when the ball is coming on to the leg side, it's that zone where you're almost blinded. But I will say that this is a great effort there.
There's a point for redemption for her as well, especially for all those misses earlier on. Yes, you need to keep focusing on the game. Another good stop, another wild delivery down the leg. That could have been a wide for a left-hander as well.
Absolutely, just that last ball where Sara, I think she's trying to go for a Yorker line, and sometimes it does happens that you try to go that extra bit of pace, considering such a long time there that you're there on the outfield. You've already bowled 3 overs previously. You're coming back for the last over of your spell. It becomes tiring.
Ayaka, Kato Stafford, what a knock from her once again. So consistent throughout this tournament. And probably if she continues like that, she could be one of the candidates for the player of the tournament as well. End of the over, 113 for 3. Well, 3 overs remaining. Japan will look to score at least 140 from here. 113 on the board. I think the stage is set. They've set the tone, set the platform, and now they just need to find the boundaries.
I think by now the message also must have come from the dugout that now for the next 18 deliveries which are going to come to you, I think you can get to the maximum, and which I think it's very easy for Ayaka and Hinase, considering the time that they've spent.
And it's going to be Taranga taking the ball in her hand. I think it's a good choice. She has bowled well, especially with the new ball. Starts off well, right up there in the block hole.
The first one going to the long on. Just happy with a single. Well, even if they target from here on, probably say 8 to 10 runs per over, they will still comfortably get to 135, 140 plus. It's just now that if one of the over that comes very costly to a certain bowler. Oh, this is again lovely work from Ashwini.
Well, she's redeeming herself. We have seen 3 good stops from her. Definitely saved a boundary on that occasion. It's not easy to stand close to the wickets, especially at that pace. Taranga is someone who likes to bowl it much flatter, much quicker.
Well, yes, but when you're standing, closer to that stumps behind the wicket, it is going to come to you in fraction of seconds. You talk about seconds, it just comes in fraction of seconds. So very good work by Ashwini. Again, a wide ball. Even in the previous over by Sara, and now we are seeing it from Taranga. It's just that extras should be avoided at this stage of the game.
Well, I think it's just commentator's curse. We have been praising her so much. And suddenly she bowls a couple of wides. But I think she can focus on the game and come back strongly. Again, good looking shot there. Hinase Goto, what a knock from her. She was promoted up the order, took the responsibility, and now she's batting on 43.
Well. Seriously, I mean, the word reliable brings a lot of responsibility as well. And I think when you see this innings and see this partnership, you will say that defining every moment, every shot that these two have played, reliable could be the word.
Yes, absolutely. And I think full credit to the captain and the team management as well for making those subtle changes in the batting lineup and checking the other batters as well. Use of the field this time. She'll settle down for a single again. Just trying to go down the ground. And I think the feature of this partnership has been they have played a lot of ball in the V. Straight.
No, even with the partnership that we are talking about, we should also see that how many runs are getting saved. Again, in the previous ball, when the thick top edge went towards a short third, it was a very good effort and only a single that was given.
That's a good looking shot that's in the air. They might be going for the second. And that will be the 100 partnership as well between the two. Wonderful partnership here. Well, the third wicket fell at 20 runs. And since then, these two really put on a show. 100 of 88 is the partnership right now. Excellent work done. Ayaka on strike. Again, delightful looking shot there. The timing, exquisite.
That is truly wonderful and very much commendable. I think the discipline, the grit, the courage, and that sense of responsibility that there were wickets which went in a quick succession. But after that, how do you take it? How do you take that responsibility on your shoulders and then show it to the team that we are the reliable ones? Wonderful partnership and very well deserved actually. Now it's just that both of them are very close to their half centuries. And, once they get to their half centuries, it will be such a great moment for both of them.
It's absolutely, it's pretty much on the cards. And she goes for it. And she finds the gap. She will get there in style. 50 for Ayaka Kato Stafford. That's the second half century for the 16-year-old Japanese batter.
Well, look at the footwork. It's almost like she thought even before she played that shot, dances down the crease, and then the bat swing makes it more special. A worth to have that 50 up on the scoreboard after all the hard work that has been put through. And when I say hard work, it's all about that running around that they have done, both of them in fact, and a very well deserved 50 for Ayaka Stafford.
It's absolutely just 2 boundaries for her. So that's a lot of running. 42 of them. And it's, that's a drop catch. Casual. Abira going one-handed. And coming into this partnership, Hinase Goto batting on 44 runs. She has only hit 1 4. So that's 83 runs of running between them.
It's always said that slow and steady wins the race. It is a consistency which they kept on this innings. They were never in a hurry. They were happy with those singles. They were happy with converting such singles into twos. And the appeal has been approved. Could look like a very soft dismissal, but she was falling short of that non-striker end. The bails were off and the appeal was made immediately. Fantastic work there to get the breakthrough, and it comes at a very crucial moment.
Hinase Goto, she has missed out on that half century, the wicketkeeper batter, but she should be very proud of the way she has batted. Again, slightly casual. Oh, probably. It looked very close from. It's just about dragging the bat in. Probably the bat was in the air.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, she didn't drag that bat inside. She didn't land it properly. The bat did touch, but it was just away from that line. This is a good breakthrough.
Another single, and it's the new batter, Bianca Shino. Well, another youngster, and this is her international debut as well for Bianca.
What a moment to come out to bat on her debut. when you do not have that much time to think it through, but all you have is just 7 legit deliveries coming at you. This is the first one.
There's Bianca, Dyson. She's just age 17, another youngster. Well, that's called a wide. That looked very close as well.
Pretty strict there. Pretty strict there. 130 up.
Well, it's a big moment, especially international career. That first match is always special, and it might be her first round. No, they've decided against it because it was the last delivery. Ayaka wants the strike because only 6 legal deliveries remaining. 130.
And I think that's a right decision as well. You want to always have a set batter taking the last 6 deliveries of the innings. Ayaka Stafford, 52 of 56. And now last 6 has to be dealt with more focus. Because every ball, she will want to hit it, or at least try to take a couple of runs so that she can retain maximum strike.
That's a good looking shot, but straight to the fielder, no runs there. Oh, they're going for 1. They went for it. They're going for the second. Oh dear. That's poor fielding.
That will be a happy moment for Japan fans. They would want Ayaka to take maximum strike on at least in the last over of this innings. That little bit of window with that misfield allowed the second one to happen quickly.
Yes, and very good awareness as well. Oh, that's a short delivery. This time she finds the gap, beautifully swept away. That will be 4 runs. Well, what a knock from Ayaka.
Not a great delivery. This one pitching onto the leg side, and you have the short fine leg standing up right inside that 30-yard circle. So all you got to do is play clever cricket, and you have the clever mind on that 22 yards. That is Ayaka Stafford. What a shot. And this is clever cricket.
Well, we were speaking about 140, pretty much on the cards. And there you can see the Japan dugout. I'm sure they'll be very happy with the performance so far. And if they go on and win this game, they'll finish unbeaten. Similar shot this time, finds the fielder. Oh dear, Abira, she drops the catch. And she chooses the wrong end as well. Could have been a run out. Oh dear.
Too many things happening out here. Too many things happening. And this is where a little awareness is required. Because first the catch gets dropped. But then in that intensity, she, went for a throw at the striker's end.
Similar shot, swept away, and another boundary. This time the execution on that was excellent.
This is what is required from a set batter. You've spent so much time, you've done so well to get to your 50, and after that, when you're talking about the death over, when you're talking about the last over of the innings, you always want to finish with a fabulous number, with a fabulous scoreboard. And that is exactly what Stafford is doing at the center. This is so good as an innings.
Well, 141 for 4, 2 more deliveries. Can they find another boundary? Or even 2? Here comes the 5th delivery. Uses her feet in the air, and finally she's gone. Deepika takes the catch. And Disna Jayasuriya.
Take a bow, Stafford. It is such a special innings. An innings that was required for Japan after the early loss of wickets. But the cool-headed decisions at the 22 yards when she came out to bat has made this innings so special in many ways. This is absolutely brilliant. She departs, but she departs with a recognition by getting 63 of 61 at a point of time which was required most by the team.
It's absolutely brilliant knock there. Ayaka Stafford, 63 for her. Started this campaign with 84, 63 today. She played a good knock in the second match as well. Very consistent with the bat.
Last ball of the innings, 141 already on the scoreboard. Well, this is an interesting one because the ball should have been collected. I don't think so. They've gone for an appeal. A later question for sure. Ashwin is asking to the leg umpire. But I don't think so. Any decision has come in. And they finally finish at 141 for 5 by the end of 20. But if you have to talk about this inning, you have to talk about that wonderful partnership, Ayaka Stafford and Hinase Goto. 141 on the scoreboard, 142 on the scoreboard by the end of 20 overs, and it will be 143 to chase in the second innings. All right, the second innings begin here, and what a fantastic turnaround we've seen in the first innings from Japan. Well, early loss of wickets, but that did not stop Inase Goto and Ayaka Stafford to put up a grand show. Welcome to the second innings, where now you will see Bahrain batters coming out there to chase and try to get to the total, try to get to the target. This is going to be interesting on what strategy does Japan has in their mind, because it will be very important to see what's happening from both the sides in the first 6 overs, which is the power play overs, because that is where the major of the turnaround happens, especially when you are chasing a second. You will want to get as many as runs on the board, and on the other hand, Japan would be looking at striking chords early. Welcome, Baba, and second innings, isn't it going to be interesting?
Thanks a lot, Dipesh. And tremendous bit of captaincy now from Japan to start the bowling from the Golden Hope end. I think Bahrain missed a trick. They started from the other end. They should have started from this particular end, which has been helpful for the bowlers.
Well, now then, the very first ball.
Yes, Shimako Kato there with the new ball. Plays club cricket in UK, that is, represents the MCC Shimako in the off season, and then gets back to Japan just before her team left for this tournament.
Baba, I would like to ask about that 100-run partnership, how special that was, and what difference did it make in the first innings?
Outstanding bit of work from both of them. As we have mentioned together, both batted with slightly different styles. Stafford there using the crease in terms of the depth, and the wicketkeeper batter moving laterally in the crease, shuffling outside leg.
Well, yes, now it's time for Bahrain to get on such a partnership to bring some good runs in the power play itself. And that is what the effort will be. Taranga at the strikers end now. Shimako Kato, I think she's very much sticking to the basics. Is not trying to do anything different. But when you're bowling to a left-hander, you got to be very much in the line, especially targeting those 3 sticks. This time the ball was in the air for some time. Catch it was the call, but safely landing.
Yes, we have seen Taranga Gajanaika is somebody who prefers playing her shots, especially early in the power play. She gives it a go. Wonder what sort of approach Rima Nasir will have, who's at the non-striker end.
Well, I'm sure there will be clear-cut communication before they could have come out to bat, that try to at least get to a 40-45 in that power play overs. That will ease up the further run chase.
You can see what Kato is trying to do, especially from that particular end. Just keep the stumps in play. Low percentage shot across the line from Taranga Gajanaike. Needs to be playing straighter in the V.
Absolutely. Yet another one, extra bit of pace there. Didn't try to connect it well.
Yes, no ball being called by the umpire. So first signs of risk-taking perhaps, as far as the Bahrain batters will be concerned. They won't be able to change the field because it's the same batter on strike.
I've seen this very commonly with the Pacers, and I just want to ask you that early onto the innings, they try to either go for a Yorker or try to add up that extra fiery pace.
It somehow gets through that free hit end of a quiet first over there. Yes, you're right. And not so often that, especially at the start of a second innings in a T20 game, that the bowlers get enough time to get enough deliveries in before that first ball out there in the center. So it's important as soon as you come to the ground, irrespective of the fact that you're batting or bowling, ask your main bowlers, your main 4 or 5 bowlers to go through the motion, bowl at least 12 to 18 balls and bowl well behind the popping crease there is, so that their muscle memory is set for the day.
So Ayumi Fujikawa comes out to bowl the second one, and just making sure that they're placing the fielders just at the right areas. There is a deep covers and there is a deep mid wicket. Spin attack onto the leg side. There's going to be chase, but the batters will have to be happy with only a single. Is it the trend, or is it really working out in the pitch that we are seeing spinners early in the power play?
Having said that, they have just gone slightly beyond the trend because they've changed the spinner's end. Now they're bowling spin from the far end, and I think that is because they've got a left-hander on strike. So just to keep the matchup in favor against somebody like Tharanga who can play the big shots, they have brought the off spinner.
It's a very good point you mentioned, because even the boundaries that we see are not very close by.
Perhaps was a full throttle opportunity back to the bowler. Don't think that was a bump ball.
Well. Just missed this. Again, nicely flighted, but onto the leg side. And whenever you've seen bowlers using the wrist, the flight has been maximum. This is generally that some of the observation that tells me that as a wrist spinner, when you give flight to the ball is always the maximum.
It is, and especially when you are facing spinners who are not too tall enough, Dipesh, it becomes doubly difficult. Because at least from a tall spinner, you can expect some more bounce, right? But from somebody like Ayumi Fujikawa, if it's a slow ball, even from that particular end, it won't bounce because it's not coming from a lot of height either.
Full toss ball, smashed that towards the onside, only for a single. Good field placement. And even that one or the other full tosses are being intentionally bowled, just wanting the batter to go high up in the air and make a mistake.
Ayumi Fujikawa is not liking this. She is ready to deliver the next ball. That's what spinners want. Rush through the overs. Tharanga making her wait.
This once again slightly in the air for some time, and a direct hit was required. Tharanga almost struggling to get to the non-striker's end, but eventually everything's well and everything's hunky-dory for BAHRAIN.
So far, these two batters only looking to target one side of the pitch, which is leg side. They got to start manufacturing shots on both sides of the pitch if they are to get anywhere near a good score inside the power play.
And that's going to be the end of the over with a dot ball. Good work behind the stumps. And it is 6 for no loss after the end of 2.
The kind of a surface this is, it should suit the captain of BAHRAIN, Rasangika Herat, with the highest score of 161. She'd be hoping in good batting conditions. She should be batting number 3 for sure, and hopefully batting through the innings. No matter whatever the final score is, she is the backbone.
Well, yes, the pace attack comes in. Reema Nasir on strike at the moment with Tharanga. Both of them a big responsibility that has come knocking at this point in time. Tharanga, the left-hander, and probably that early bit where she's looking out for runs, because she's very good hitter of the ball, and is not someone who will spend a lot of time onto the back foot. Shimako Kato, on the other end, just trying to be perfect with the line and length, and it's a very ideal one for any pacer.
He's extremely metronomical in the line and length so far.
Much fuller this time. Again, somewhere down the line, Taranga is looking a little unsettled out there, because she's the one who tries to get those early gaps, get those early runs with boundaries, with not even with boundaries, but at least some runs through the bat. But suddenly, when you clock in a player like Taranga like this, then for her to break that monotony becomes a priority. And this one's in the air. Some mistake will happen, and that will be costing a wicket.
Look like it's the captain, Mai Yanagida, who tracked that ball down. Reverse cup, takes that comfortably. That was always on the cards. 2 from 13 before this ball. Taranga had to do something different. Went for a wild slog, bit of a leading edge, and the simplest of catches. Kato gets the reward of some good new ball bowling, disciplined bowling indeed. Once again, bowling over the wicket to the left-hander, ball going across. Yes, excellent catch from Mai there. With that, this is what I was wishing for. Reputation on the line, Bahrain playing for pride. It has to be their best batter in the batting outfit. Their captain, Rasangika Herat, who hasn't had the kind of a tournament you wish from her. She should be able to change that on a good surface.
Well, yes, a captain always has that dual responsibility on their shoulders, because one, they have to think about every aspect when you're leading a side, and the other test is as a player. What you do with the bat and the ball also holds that equal importance, and she will be out here to prove a point. That's nicely placed, but straight to the field. Good fielding there. Again, trying to get that gap between short third and backward point.
Needs to perhaps keep that shot out of the cupboard just for a little while. The little steer to third when she's facing the ball from Golden Hope end, because you can't really trust the bounce. Try and play in front when you're just starting your innings.
Onto the back foot, nicely played. And that's going to be the end of third over with 6 runs, the loss of 1 wicket.
Massive learning curve for somebody like Reema Nasir, who's batting with Deepika Rasangika right now. Deepika, of course, a well-travelled cricketer, has represented the Sri Lankan women's as well. It's a wonderful opportunity for not just for Reema Nasir, but for other batters in this batting lineup. If they can build a partnership with Deepika, they'll learn a lot on the job.
Once again, on to the leg side. That will be given wide. If that would have been collected, then it was a little risky, I think, because Deepika was way outside the crease.
Missed stumping opportunity, Dipesh, as simple as that. Difficult, but missed opportunity.
Ayumi Fujikawa comes back to the attack. Again, a dot ball here. Love the way she releases the ball. If you can just elaborate that further, gives a very nice angle to the spin as well that is happening in the center.
Yes, I mean, and it's the bowling arm that does the trick. But I want you to focus on the non-bowling arm when she delivers the ball. Because the non-bowling arm is so strong, it's so firm, it's widely well extended, That's why she's storing power from that non-bowling arm and transferring that to the bowling arm. That is
once again onto the leg side, gets an easy single here. So this is also okay. I think they're going the similar way what Japan batters did, especially Hinase and Ayaka. Go for singles, keep the scorecard ticking, not trying to hit anything that can create danger for them. Singles at the moment.
Deepika Rasangika just looked at the fine leg region. Wonder if she's thinking about the sweep shot.
Goes on to the back foot, straight to covers, and a single.
Just to finish up on the point, in terms of the bowling actions, the non-bowling arm then plays a massive role, especially when you're a slow bowler. If that non-bowling arm isn't properly extended, you don't store enough power in your action to then go on and release it. She's got it spot on, does Ayumi.
Oh, this one's again a little bit of fumble into that collect behind the stumps. Misses that quick opportunity that you might have.
Just get a feeling Hinase Gato, who batted for so long, is a little bit tired. She's getting up early here.
Oh, this one's in the air, and the first breakthrough came early, but now the second one also just comes in time.
Yes, half a shot from Rima Nasir has gifted Ayumi Fujikawa her first wicket. Just a fuller ball, no spin on offer. Perhaps the ball just going on, drifting away from the right-hander. And it took the bottom of the bat to carry to that backward point fielder. As you can see, it just curled away and hence the outside edge. Another strong catch taken on the field. Japan are holding on to their chances. 9 for 2 now, Bahrain.
Four overs and 2 wickets early. Just 9 runs will add up a little bit of that thought on the minds of the captain as well. Because every time you have a new batter coming in, and when you're chasing a total like this, it will always play in your mind again, straight in the hands of the fielder there.
Dipesh, the new batter who's joined Deepika right now, Abira Waris, opened in the previous matches as well. It's for this game that they tried out a new batting pair. That hasn't worked. Let's see how Abira fares down the order.
See, all at this point, what Bahrain wants a partnership. I mean, 2 early wickets have gone in, and it's not going to be further good for them if they keep on losing wicket at regular intervals. Because we've seen that many a times when you are coming to bat in the second innings, you always come up with a target in your mind. There is a run rate that you are chasing, and you got to keep that run rate scale under control. Otherwise, when it starts escalating, it will be harmful. But this time, the shot that she was planning from a long time, I think a couple of those situations where she went to that short third region, this time the connection is very strong and from the meat of the bat, and a boundary to the captain.
Yeah, still fairly risky. But the fact that she got a larger chunk of the willow this time around, that thickish outside edge, then flew past that short third fielder for 4. If I'm Shimako Kato, I don't mind this at all, Dipesh. I want Deepika Rasangika to be playing off the back foot when I'm bowling from the Golden Hope, and I'm okay with that.
To be very honest, I think, somewhere down the line, you will have to take risk. You cannot be going defensive on all 6 deliveries, because you will need runs. As I was talking about that escalating run rate scale, that should not go up so much that by the end it becomes uncontrollable.
It's already there, 20 short at least in terms of where they should have been at the end of 5 overs. So Deepika making to make up.
Low full toss ball, nicely played, only for a single here. I think after that boundary, when the single comes in, you've actually covered some runs in that particular over. So the approach is still very cautious, very steady, and try to bring in more consistency as the innings progresses.
This is once again great captaincy from Mai Yanagida to the right-hander. She's pushed the square leg fielder back, left that gap to the left of that square leg fielder. She's asking Abira from this end to work it on the onside, which can be tricky.
Again, onto the back foot and a quick cheeky single. Bit of that fumble there allowed that single to happen with ease. 5 overs have been bowled and it's 15 for 2.
More diet of off spin as Ayumi into her third over. Abira Waris just got off the mark of the previous ball. That was the last ball of the previous over. As Deepika Rasangika just got her helmet sought out by the ump. Short fine leg inside the circle. Square leg inside the circle. Can't be on the pads here. Was very much on middle stump. Abira York herself. In terms of situation, Japan pretty much ahead in the contest right now. Will just be a run.
Well, again, just trying to heave the ball on the onside. We have seen most of the batters, they're targeting that mid-wicket region. More of cross-batted batting. So that's something they can work on. We have seen the Japan batters, they played every delivery on its merit, which is very important as well.
That's a sweep shot I was talking about in the previous over. The line was right for it. Just didn't get the connection.
Yes, and she got away with that as well. Was on the onside, missed by the batter. An opportunity.
Enough bat onto it. The best of Deepika that we have seen so far. Overpitched all right, but the way she kept her head down as she swung for it. Brilliant.
Well, big swing of the bat once again, coming right off the middle. It was there in her slot and good use of the feet as well. Just going over the infield, and with the fielding restrictions, it's always a good option.
Just a bit of chat there with the bowler now after that boundary. Maybe the chat would have been, can you hold the line a little outside off rather than bowling too straight to Deepika? Much better line there. Ayumi correcting the line.
Yes, absolutely. I think she has been very close to the bat. So dragging the length will be crucial, especially against these two batters, because they are eyeing that mid-wicket region and they have that big bat swing as well.
Did go back early on the back foot, unable to find the gap. With that, that is the power play done. 20 for 2, BAHRAIN.
Yes, 123 runs required, 8 wickets in hand. It's getting out of their hand, 8.79 runs required. It's a tall task here. But as long as Bahrain have their captain out there, you can't write them off. It's going to be very interesting. So, for the Japan bowlers, they will need to take this wicket. I think she holds the key, Deepika. She will be holding the key here in this run chase.
Japan will know if we can't get her, let's try and open up the other end. Which is why they got Kurumi Ota now. just in a bit when she gets that run up right once again. So often in a situation like this, the skipper must be thinking, if one end is locked, how can we get the other batters under pressure? Thickish outside edge. Now this will race along as well. Since the afternoon sun has come glowing on this outfield, it has become lightning quick. Welcome boundary now for Abira.
Yes, welcome runs here. Not in control, but they will take it. Thickish outside edge. And the moment it beats the infield, no one was going to catch that. The ball just raced away. And that's what extra pace can do to you as well. Sometimes, as a bowler, it can work against you. All the batters needs to do is just to get bat on ball and find the gap.
Yes, absolutely. With the required run rate now 8.60, you're targeting a boundary the first two balls for sure. Half a stop will get them a 1. So 5 for the first two balls.
This is again a good start to the over. But I think consistency here will be key because they will need to do the same for each and every over with a run rate that's more than 8 required right now. I think it's all about the approach with which Bahrain are going to take this, especially in the next 5 or 10 overs.
Deepika had her first boundary down the ground, mid-off up. That's for the second time Kurumi has missed her run-up. Japan have tweaked their bowling attack ever so slightly. Ahalya Chandel, who started the tournament for them, was a part of Delhi Capitals squad. Now the other way around for Kurumi. She's just lost a bit of bowling rhythm here, which can happen. If you have been given an opportunity later in the tournament, you can take some time to get into your bowling groove.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's all about getting her rhythm, 1 or 2 good deliveries, and she'll be back. And a slight bit of misfield there from the wicketkeeper as well. Hinase was excellent with the bat.
Yeah, I did mention that bit of fatigue creeping into Hinase, which is acceptable. Oh, terrific captaincy. Maya's got now mid-on, mid-off, both up. Slip fielder does well. Went through the keeper. Slip was up to the mark. Keeps the batter on strike.
And again, excellent captaincy as well. They know exactly how the things are going to play. If you can see that slip fielder, it's almost like you have 2 wicket keepers side by side. And if they didn't had her in place, that ball would have been traveling to the boundary as well.
Yes and no. Trouble here. Better throw, and that should have been out. I think that's the captain from Japan who had the opportunity to run out the captain from Bahrain. And she had a little more time than what she thought she had eventually.
Yes, a better throw there, and it could have been curtains for Deepika. She survives. And importantly for Bahrain, she survives.
We've seen that previously as well, Shah, from Japan. Every time they sense a partnership building, Maya Yanagida will be able to change the field according to each batter. For Abira Waris, mid-on, mid-off, up, pressure on. Now, for Deepika, mid-on goes to long on, mid-off still up. Slight change. Oh, poor ball. This time it's terrific work from Hinasa there. Came around quickly onto the left. Saved more runs for the extra.
Yes, I think as a captain, you need to be proactive. You need to have your think tank on always, all the time. And that's exactly what has happened. Mai just taking her decisions just at the right time.
And you expect that from somebody like Maya Yanagida, who plays a lot of great cricket in Australia. And great cricket is pretty competitive as well. So, in terms of learning on the job as a captain, the number of games that you play in different conditions, that game awareness keeps improving. Last ball of the over, very close to the outside edge. In fact, that's got the outside edge. Kurumi Ota had a forgetful over so far, but this will be a memorable one. She's dismissed the most important batter in the opposition. That's the tournament done with the bat for Deepika.
Well, Deepika once again missing out. She had the start, but just trying to poke the ball outside the off stump, the feet not moving well, and got a feather to the wicket keeper. She was never going to miss that. Simple catch, but a big, big wicket.
Massive indeed. And that'll do the confidence of Hinasa Goto a world of good to be able to hold on to that important catch. Yes, you're right. Rasangika just staying away from the line of the ball, too far away. And that's cost her.
Well, 3 wickets down, 29 on the board. Bahrain in a space of bother. They needed their captain today. She was there. She made a good start, hit a couple of boundaries. But then you need to play that long innings and stay there till the end, take the game deeper. It's all about the approach.
And it's ruthless captaincy here from Japan once again. Having taken a wicket, she's got her best bowler in. Runs in the tournament, wickets in almost every game she's bowled. The golden girl from Japan. It will be Kato Stafford with some leg spin, and starts with down the leg side will be one.
Well, it has been that kind of a tournament where whatever she touches becomes gold. Excellent with the bat, brilliant with the ball, and a very good fielder as well. So good asset, and she's just 16.
Yes, and she's up against another 16-year-old Sweeta Korda, the all-rounder from Bahrain. So this is a wonderful matchup between two teenage sensations. Let's see how Sweeta responds. Sweeta sweeps. And gets one.
That was a sweet shot, sweet timing, resembles a name. But yes, it's going to be a good contest. And I think it will be very interesting to watch which of the batters will take the responsibility. Yes, it's a tall task, but you need to have the belief.
More importantly, they got to replicate what Kato Stafford really did when she was batting along with Goto. Try and find the gaps, pick up singles, stay there for a little bit. Look like the attempted googly. She's got variety as well as Ayaka Stafford.
Yes, I think it's all about confidence when you have runs and wickets behind your back as a bowler. You feel more confident and you try out different things, and it's wonderful to watch.
In fact, she's only bowling googlies right now. Understanding that bowling straight within the stumps is a much better option. The last two balls were deceptive googlies, and both were played on the onside.
And the impressive part about her bowling is she's someone who bowls at the right pace, not too quick, and at the same time not too slow as well, just like that.
Yeah, just a wayward line. Yeah, every game we watch Ayaka, we are furthermore impressed with the bat today, having the top order back in the shades early, the maturity she showed, and now with the ball going to the googly early on, half a stop from Ayumi at short fine leg, ends up being a run. Ayaka got through that over in a flash. 8 done, should be 34 for 3.
Well, a tough game for Bahrain once again. but I think they will be very proud of the way they have carried themselves in this tournament. Some close calls as well. A close game against Mongolia. That win could have done them a lot of confidence as well. But yes, you need to give credit to them with the way they have played, with the resources they had.
You know what, Shah? It's been now 2 games that I've observed them, even against the mighty Thailand. I'll come back to that as Kurumi returns for her second over. Bowls a good one just outside off. Inside the first 2 overs, Bahrain got a flurry of boundaries. Even today, as we have seen, they started so well with the ball. So on and off, this is a little bit of a trend that we have seen. At the start of the match, the energy is high. They're starting well. They're putting the best foot forward. It's just, can you carry that momentum? Because in a T20 game, once you lose momentum, it's so difficult to get it back. So I think the learning from here on in, as they move forward to other events, is once we get that good start, can we keep it up?
Yes, bang on, I believe. It's all about keeping the momentum and keeping the consistency going on as well. They have had starts, but then nobody in the middle could carry that. But that might be carried just short. This could be a run out as well. Oh, desperate dive, but she got there in the end.
What that shows from Sweta Kota is how much this means to her. It's a full stretch dive from Sweta there. Might have just overstretched her arms. Perhaps will take just enough time to get over this. Oh, she's up. And that's great. That is tremendous commitment from the young all-rounder. Even breaking that momentum is a bit of an art. And the more they play, they'll realize if it's slipping away, what else can we do? Much better over from Kurmi. Much better over in terms of how she's found the line and length, the rhythm.
Again, that first slip came into action, and she could be the savior here for Hinase.
I think that's Kato Stafford, who's been the savior already for the team. So she's the one who does the toughest of jobs. Good Yorker. A stark contrast in terms of body language, confidence, execution, discipline from the first 6 balls to the next 6 balls of Kurumi Ota.
Yes, and you can see that from the body language of the rest of the fielding side as well. Everyone charged up. Spirited performance here from Japan. Well, they're leading the way. They continue to impress, and they are in the driving seat as well.
Also, what you can see, these players are pushing each other for the same 11 place. I told you, Alia Chandel missing out today. Kurumi Ota now pushing for that second seamer role. 9 overs are done. 35 for 3.
Yes, I think it's all about the belief of the skipper and the team management in the players. And it's always a good problem to have when you have number of good cricketers in the squad.
Absolutely. You could be playing for the same team, but you're always playing for your place before you get to the park. After you get onto the park, you're playing for one unified goal, but in practice, in training, you're trying to push each other enough so that the best gets out of each other. And this is the best of Japan so far. The young batting all-rounder, Ayaka. The line has been a little off today. Should be easy couple of runs as square leg cuts it down.
Yes, and coming back to that point, I think it also keeps that healthy competition in the team as well. So you have 2 sets of player, one trying to cement their place and the other one trying to get into that 11. So that's wonderful.
Sweta Koda drags herself out of the crease. Keeper does well to collect it. Thankfully, the back foot was very much inside the crease there. For the first time, that line shifted to outside off and it troubled the batter. Time for the googly perhaps. Massive appeal. Umpire says perhaps it was slipping down the leg side and maybe a little high, as she mentions to the captain who was inquiring about that appeal.
There's a big appeal. And it shows the hunger of Japan. They've got 3 wickets, in charge of the game, but still not letting go anything.
Aka from wide of the crease. Sweeta has slogged that one. It's gone with the wind all the way for 6. The first 6 for Bahrain. With both her arms raised up, Sweeta celebrates.
Well, that came out of nowhere. A humongous hit coming from the middle of the bat. And we haven't seen many sixes in this tournament, especially in this game as well. That's the first. And she enjoyed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Heaves of talent for Sweeta Kota, how she went down and played that slog sweep. Was another invitation from Stafford. This time Kota didn't take it. Dot.
Well, whatever the results will be, that was a win within herself. So good shot from Sweeta.
That's going on socials for sure. Last ball. This time the keeper appeals with that stumping opportunity. Not to be, says the square leg umpire. At the halfway mark, Bahrain continue to hang in there, continue to fight. They're 43 for 3. Time for a well-deserved drinks break for the players.
Welcome back. We had a short drinks break. So the players are hydrated. We're into the halfway stage, 43 for 3. Japan in control. That's wrapped on the pads. No runs there. Well, Japan doing a wonderful job here in this tournament. They might still finish at second because of that run rate. Thailand, on the other hand, the group leaders, they were amazing, especially the bowling unit.
Well, yes, of course, and it will be interesting to see what Bahrain has planned after this drinks break. Because right now, I think Japan in that first 10 overs, I think even if that not too many wickets have gone by, they've made sure that the run rate hasn't been out of control. But for sure, it is showing some escalating numbers for Bahrain.
Yes, I think it's getting tougher. Required run rate over 10 runs per over. That will be a wide.
Extras, those will be just accepted with a smiling face by Abira and Sweta. Because right now, runs in any form or in any way it comes, they'll be accepting it. First slip is in place. Probably going on a little aggressive field placement. And Kurumi Ota, it is not the first time that has happened that she's missed her run up, but that has been a frequent scenario from her. Many a time we've seen either that the fielding has made her stop in between her run up or something else.
Yes, I think it was the field change. The slip goes out to point. Good delivery, good comeback.
See, this is where now it is very important that they keep on maintaining that singles on an average, probably 4 or 5 runs, or probably more than 5 has to be targeted. Because if the gap from here, and when I say gap, it is all about that the balls are remaining and the runs that you need to win. So if you do not control that equation at this point in time, the run rate escalation will be way too much.
Yes, you're right, but at the same time, it's not easy to score runs, especially against this bowling lineup of Japan. All the bowlers, they've chipped in. It's either by picking wickets or bowling all those dot deliveries, putting pressure back on Bahrain. Bahrain are struggling right now, 45 for 3. We're into the 11th over. Still 98 to go. That's a lot of runs, especially with the skipper back into the dugout.
See, nothing to take away from the brilliant bowling that is happening in the center. But, both of these batters, Sweta and Abira, when you're talking about, playing almost 14 and 16 deliveries, that only resonates that you've spent enough time on the wicket. And it's time now to utilize that experience, or probably that moment where you have understand, how the pitch is behaving, how the ball is coming at you. From there on, you need to think out of the box and just try to go for big runs.
Fuller delivery. Oh, goes for a single. This could be close. Oh, the skipper, went for the underarm throw. There's a wide throw there, but they'll scamper through for a single. End of the over, 47 for 3.
Bit of the discussion now happening, because again, you are talking about 96 more runs to win here in just 9 overs. You don't have too many deliveries. That means precisely you have 54 deliveries in your hand, and you still need 96 of that 9 overs. So that means you need at least couple of overs, some good numbers on that over to reduce that extra bit of pressure that is increasing. Only then you can keep the run rate in check.
Oh, that's in the air. Slightly aerial. Will go down for a single. Elina Kusuda is the new bowler for Japan. Another change of pace. Well, they're trying out all their options.
But I think you will want to explore, and you would want to bring in bowlers with different styles, with different angles in which you would want a breakthrough to come in. Because everybody will get in a certain approach to this 22 yards. And you would want to utilize that to your benefit.
It's absolutely 48 on the board, and Bahrain still trying to find a partnership in here. It has been a decent partnership, 19 of 25.
Well, again, not a quite spreaded outfield that you see. You've got some fielders inside the 30-yard circle just for that quick catching position that we have. This time wider again.
That was an opportunity. The ball was wide. They have plenty of room outside the off stump, especially square of the wicket through that square point region.
Yeah, because you're right on that, because you have a backward point that is standing inside the 30-yard circle. So if you take about that deep extra covers, there's this whole area that is completely free. And somewhere down the line, you need to utilize that as well to your potential. Both of them are wonderful timers of the ball, no doubts about that. But now it's more about how are you going to get those gaps? How are you going to keep the run rate under check?
And with that wide, it's 50 up for Bahrain as well. 50 coming into the 12th over. A slow start, I would say, but at the same time, they've lost those wickets and they're trying to rebuild this innings and steady the ship.
I think we see consistency has been there. It's now about how are you going to make it a perfect finish. Japan, on the other hand, going steady with bowlers making sure that economical overs are getting more and more effective with everyone coming out, pitching out to the center. And that is what a captain wants. The captain wants their team to show up when it is required the most. Similarly to the way today Hinase Goto and Ayaka Stafford did.
Well, that's going to be another wide. We have seen a couple of them in this over. Yes, you're right. I think as a unit, they have really clicked and they've clicked at the right moment. If they go on to win this game, which I'm sure they will, they'll go 3 out of 3. So that's good momentum behind them going into the second round. Oh, that's edged away. This might run away for runs. A long chase here. And the fielder does well. A couple of runs there.
It's a long boundary. I think the only one thing that everybody is waiting for the signal to come in from the umpire. I don't think so. So there will be some wood on it. It was missed by everybody, especially for the keeper. This is very quick. Not an easy one. Because even when you're looking at the screen, it does not show you the real-time picture.
That's Ariel. This time she finds the gap. That was the gap we were talking about. Nobody in that square region behind point. And couple of runs. These are important runs. And it has been a good over for Bahrain. 8 runs of it. It's 55 for 3.
See, all the efforts has to go immediately. We are talking about 55 of 12 overs that have been bowled. But more efforts will be required. Not that they haven't done great, but you know that always, you have to step up one step more. Especially Bahrain right now, who's wanting those runs. This partnership is looking so strong that there is hope at this moment for this run chase. Abira and Smita have got a good coordination between the two. And from there on, they will need more and more runs. They've done well, but you need more. And I think the hard work is still on. Japan, on the other hand, making the right choices, getting the right, bowlers to bowl out here.
That's a good looking shot. Well, took the aerial route once again. She'll just settle down for a single. And yes, this is a decent partnership between the two, Abira and Sweta. And they had their moments as well, few boundaries and that big 6 through that cow corner region from Sweeter. That was a real moment in the game, especially when you look into Bahrain. I think they're enjoying themselves. It's all about enjoying your cricket as well. Good delivery.
But again, just trying to bowl more on the pads there. Kurumi Ota, some good numbers, especially when you are to the last over of your spell, and only 16 runs have been conceded with 1 wicket to her name today in this game. Swing and a miss.
Well, that kept slightly low as well. Beaten for pace once again. I think she has bowled with some good pace. Kurumi Ota bowling her 4th over. Decent spell from her.
Right now, what you require, and that is something that will be going on in the minds of both these batters, is some big shots. We've already seen a 6. We've already seen some boundary. And when you want these kind of gaps, a long chase again. You need these kind of shots to go the aerial route.
There's a good looking shot there from Abira. Couple of runs. In fact, it was Sweeter. Good looking shot there. And I think as a batter, you need to be brave as well. You need to play your shots. Good delivery. Another quick run. Mai just getting a bit tentative with that throw. She was going for the throw at the other end, but decided to go for the wicket keeper. It's 59 for 3.
Well, now then, 13 overs, 59 for 3. What is that discussion that is happening there? Is it more to do with the field placements or a plan to get a breakthrough here?
Well, I think the idea here is to play the 20 overs. That will be a psychological win for Bahrain. So the batters, they're just trying to spend some time out there, build up a partnership, because that will do a lot of good to their confidence as well as batters. Meanwhile, it's Elena who will continue. Good delivery, right on the money.
Well, she has been bang on right from the start. And you need these kind of spells to just actually create that reverse pressure. Because whenever a batsman is trying to release that pressure with a boundary or a 6, you just need something special to be bowled out here, something different to be bowled out here, just to choke up the opposition. Still 84 runs to be required. And it's a long way at this moment for Bahrain. No doubt the hard work is truly commendable by Bahrain batters.
Again, goes for the swing. And these are the types of delivery you need to put them away. Way outside the off stump, short and wide. As a batter, you need to connect those, especially right now. Both the batters, they have been set. They've spent some good time there. They've seen the ball enough. So I think it's time for someone to take the attack to the bowlers. And she goes for it. Good looking shot, but will find the fielder. Again, very good field setup from the skipper of Japan. Mai is doing a wonderful job. She didn't bat today, didn't bowl, but with the captaincy hat, she has done a wonderful job.
Elena Kusuda, some wonderful piece of bowling you can see from her. And I think every bowler this time again lofted in the air. Will they go for the second one? There's a lot of time, but they decide only to be happy with a single. So I was talking about Elena, every bowler who have come in and tried to do their job. It's almost like complementing each other as well. If you as a batter are in a partnership, and the way in the first inning Inase Goto and Ayaka Stafford kept on complementing each other and trying to stabilize the innings. It is the similarly that has happened with the bowlers, and something that right now Abira and Sweta is also doing is commendable, because when you were losing wickets, you needed that stability. From here on, if the gear changes, if the runs keep on coming quick, then again we will have that perfect moment to see how this match finishes. Will that be another thriller? White ball again?
Well, that's very optimistic of you, Dipesh. It's still a big task here for Bahrain. But yes, the two batters out there, they're batting well. They have stick to the plan and try to bat as long as possible. This will be runs. Once again, getting the inside edge will be at least 2. Bianca, the debutant, doing the cleanup.
She ran fast. She covered a lot of ground there, Bianca. That is so good to see. I mean, efforts like this, if they can save even a single or even a couple of runs, matters a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Cricket is a team game as well. So sometimes you might not get the opportunity to bat or ball, but you can still contribute, especially in that field. Oh dear, another wide.
Bahrain wouldn't mind that. They would need more of this, as they would be hoping. What a wishful thinking from the commentary box as well. I mean, just trying to think what Bahrain must be thinking right now. Wide ball or any extra, I think batters always take it with a smile.
Absolutely. That's the end of the over. After 14, it's 66 for 3. Well, it's going to be a change in the bowling as well. Ayaka Keto comes back in from the other end. It's the Golden Hope end. Well, she'll be searching for wickets. And this is good captaincy as well. Very aggressive. She's bringing the right bowlers at the right time in search of that wicket. A flighted delivery. Oh, almost worked. Good turn away from the right hander as well.
And this is where now the batters will have to be very careful. They just saw that test on that very first ball. A nicely flighted delivery. Look at that once again. The great flight. Connection is good. And so the single will be at ease.
Well, I think the idea is very simple here from Ayaka. She'll be trying to tempt the batter to play the ball in the air. And with that packed up offside field, I think she'll try to make her drive in the air. That should be the idea. But can she execute? Brilliantly bowled once again. Good use of the feet as well.
Well, yes, again, and Ayaka saw the batter charging down to her, and she just followed the batter. And that's why that fuller delivery, just making those changes at the last moment. Another sweep shot. Will that be into the gap? It's hit with a lot of power. Single that they will have to be happy with.
Yes, the partnership still. They're doing a great job here for Bahrain. But the equation is just against them. 14 is the required run rate right now. It's creeping up. Every dot delivery adds up more and more pressure on the batters. Swing of the bat. Again, the ball just pitching outside leg.
And this is where, it's a little deceiving in the air when you are a spinner and giving some good flight to the ball. It becomes very deceiving for the batter to pick it up if the bat swing is not on time. Timing is the key here. Look at that. Timing is the key. If you've seen in those two deliveries, the bat is coming first and then the ball. Ends the 15th over with 68 for 3.
Well, 15 overs are done, 68 for 3. I think it's just a matter of time till Japan take 2 more points from this game and they will go head to head. Same points with Thailand, but Thailand obviously has a much better run rate.
Yes, still plenty to play for as far as Bahrain is concerned. Let's see how they fare in the death overs.
Ayumi coming back into the attack. That will be runs. Long chase once again for Bianca. She does well. Kept it down to just 1.
Somewhere in the middle overs, I had a feeling Bahrain are perhaps chasing a target of their own. Not necessarily ruling out the target that's given to them, but at least making sure that by the end of 20 overs, they can at least cross the 120 mark.
Yes, I think anything above 100, they'll be very happy. That's aerial, but in the gap as well. Again, a big vacant area on the offside, especially square of the wicket. There's no fielder, there's no sweeper. So they're challenging the batter to play that ball through that offside field.
Yes, just building on that point. And the reason I say that is because I saw a very calculated approach from Abira and Sweta. In the sense, not exactly calculating in terms of the required run rate, but calculating in terms of what kind of a score will actually depict growth for them.
Oh, that's a low full toss. Heaved away on the onside. They'll settle down for a single. The ball again going to Ayaka. Seems like she has a magnet to her. The ball keeps following her. The action keeps following her as well. And so far, she has done a wonderful job in this tournament. Well, entertaining all of us. And I'm sure the people in Japan will be very proud of that as well. Fuller delivery. This time just blocked. No runs there.
Yes, current partnership 42 from 50, which is a massive win for Bahrain. For them to now stitch a partnership could be right at the end of the league stage, but that partnership has come.
That's a good looking shot. Played in the air and in the gap as well. Well, running could have been better. They've only ran 1.
Yes, bit of tired legs out there. Remember, they were on the field for 20 overs as well. And then 42 is what Japan got. So they did some running when they were on the field. And then these two have been batting for a while now.
Yes, and it's hot and humid out there. Again, that heave on the onside. We've seen both the batters. They love to play on that onside. End of the over, 74 for 3.
I've liked the approach from Bahrain. You can look at the scoreboard and say the approach might not win them the game, but that's not exactly the priority here. After the kind of start they had, after losing 3 wickets, what is your response to that situation? If you can respond strongly as they have done so, they will take back that particular point with them as they play their last game here at the ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. These two batters have really shown that dugout that there is enough talent out there to be building partnerships, to be structuring an innings like this.
Yes, I think plenty of positives here for Bahrain. But they have achieved it in pieces. So it's time to bind them and make things work for them as a team so they can go back after this tournament, do the homework, see where the lackings are and work on it.
Yes, talking to Mirza Azimul Haq, the head coach of Bahrain Women's, he was exactly talking about this, that he wants the girls to have that perfect game where the result might not go in their favor, but the processes do.
That's well bowled once again. Flighted delivery. She has done an amazing job here. Ayaka coming to bowl her fourth.
I won't be surprised if the young Stafford gets a little greedy in this over, trying to buy a wicket.
Struck on the pads. Well, that could have been a wide as well. Missed opportunity, but then, yes, a dot delivery. It doesn't harm anyone.
In the first over, she bowled a barrage of googlies. I think in this over, she's gonna land a few.
That was the wrong one. Top edge. This will be runs. Again, long chase. Look at how Bianca ran behind that. Almost from short square leg going all the way.
I was trying to watch the game from the gallery for a bit, and I think the catchphrase in the team is Bianca, you're so fast. Every time she chases that, everybody in the team calls that out, even from the dugout.
Yes, and it's wonderful to see the amount of support she's getting. Yes, you're a debutant, but then as a team, they're backing her up as well.
Always helps you. Once your teammates make you feel that you belong there already, it translates into performance.
Flighted delivery. She goes in the air, mistimed. Just away from the fielder.
Also, I think the next step of learning for the Bahrain batters, and I believe Deepika Rasangika will play a massive part in this, is how can they now introduce power in their batting? We've seen most of them have got some form of touch play. How can you go back and work on a bit of power hitting that is? Because modern day game, you're looking to score at 7s and 8s bare minimum.
Yes, absolutely. And that will help. Good looking shot. Was on the pads, and both the batters, they're very strong on the pads. Brings you that flavor of the subcontinent. End of the over, 79 for 3.
And Shah, in the women's game, power hitting not necessarily is hitting sixes. Power hitting in the women's game with only 4 fielders on the boundary and always having one gap is about working on the range of shots that you can bring out. We haven't seen any of the Bahrain batters, barring the captain Rasangika, who have played the sweep shot. So that's one area that they can perhaps go back and work on. That, hey, we look good in terms of timing the ball in the gap, in the V. How can we now access the area or the V behind the keeper? What are the options? Can we try the scoop, sweep, all of that?
Yes, absolutely. I think you need to have a lot of variations and a lot of shots in your armory as well. It's a very diverse game. It's not the way it was played 20 years back.
In fact, right now, it's the good balls that you try and scoop and ram.
Yes, absolutely. I think it has been lethal, especially in the T20 format. That's a quick single taken once again. In the T20 format, it's absolutely lethal. We have seen a lot of games in the IPL and across the world, all those franchise leagues. It's all about getting runs, quick runs. And now it has been coming into the women's teams as well. 81 for 3 here. That's Ariel again, just away from the fielder. This could be close. Well,
And to each his own, each her own in terms of the abilities. So we saw 142 from Japan, and they hardly played any of those funky shots because they understood they don't have to. Now, Bahrain are in a position where perhaps they've been forced to get out of that comfort zone.
a big appeal. That was very close to the bat as well.
And so there could be certain batters in that outfit, maybe the likes of Tharanga Gajnayake, Prasangika Hera, the captain, Sweetie Korda. These are the players who you can work with in terms of developing those shots.
It's absolutely, and we have seen them playing some very good shots as well. So the talent is there. Now it's all about nourishing the talent and taking them to the next step.
As far as Japan are concerned, they will take these last 4 overs seriously, because in a knockout game, you might not have too many runs to play with.
It's absolutely. When they go to that business end, things are going to get tough, and the margin of error will only get minimum.
Yeah, mind you, they were knocked out of the quarterfinals the last time they played this tournament. So hopefully this time around they'll be hoping to have a good day in the knockouts and go further. And to do so, to beat the likes of Thailand, UAE, got to be better at the death.
That was a wide delivery, trying to fetch that. But I think you need to get closer to the deliveries as well. That's something they can work on. It's not only about the big hitting ability, but also maneuvering the ball around, singles and doubles, rotation of strike. Well, all those factors will come into play. We have seen during the batting of Japan as well, they didn't hit many boundaries, but still get to 140.
Yes, just the way in terms of batting, they gave the opportunity to Hinasa Goto up the order. Elina Kusuda is another player they have brought in for this particular contest. We saw Kurumi, trying for that second bowling option, or the second seamer option. Elina is actually auditioning for the third seamer. And so far yet to pick up a wicket. And it looks like Elina is a death over option as well. That it's the end of the over. 18 overs are done. Bahrain now 85 for 3.
Well, we have been praising the Japan team, but then we need to praise these two batters as well. Sweeta and Abira, the partnership now 56 of 66 deliveries. Good partnership.
It's 58 runs away now. Only 12 balls remaining.
Shimako coming back into the attack. Well, she did a wonderful job with the new ball.
Yes, in the absence of Alia Chandel, she is the leader of the seam bowling pack today. Took the responsibility inside the power play and now has to close it down at the death.
Yes, it's good contest between the bowlers as well. That's Ariel, played over the infield. Just short of the fielder at long off.
Yes, how Bahrain will look at this game eventually is, yes, we gave away 141 runs, but had we held on to our chances, become a lot more disciplined in terms of field, kept Japan down to 120, 110, something like that, we were always in the game.
It's absolutely, and coming back to that point, I think it was a drop catch of Ayaka. After that, she never looked back and she consolidated, made her innings longer, and of course, they paid the price for it.
Absolutely, which tells you a difference of 20 runs, 30 runs to that initial score in the first innings, and Bahrain were very much in this contest. So by no means this has slipped away from their hands entirely.
Kane trying to heave the ball on the onside. This could be close. Oh dear. It's the skipper.
Yes, bit of pressure being put on Maya by Abira Varis, batting on 23, Svita Korda, with that magnificent hit over cow corner, that 6 that she got. She's on 31.
Yes, and it was a special moment looking her enjoy that shot and the way she celebrated that. That's a good looking shot. She finds the gap through point.
And that gets the loudest of cheer from that dugout as well. Abira Varis, who plays a role with the ball in hand in the team, is a pretty popular character. And because it's her and Svita who have worked so hard to make sure that Bahrain now end this tournament with a lot of positives to be had.
Yes, I'm sure even if they lose this game, I think they have ended it on a high note. Good looking shot once again, coming from the middle of the bat. This time she finds the fielder.
We are down to the last over of the day. 88 for 3 are Bahrain.
Six legal deliveries remaining. 88 for 3, Bahrain. But yes, going to Japan and Thailand, I'm sure these were the two best teams that are going forward. And this will only make things very interesting.
Yes, no more easy games from here on in. It'll be cutthroat competition to get into last 4.
Starts off with a single. And yes, talking about easy games, I think T20 is a format where none of the teams are easy. But at the same time, yes, sometimes you get that privilege when your side is much stronger in terms of the combination.
Yes, combination and experience. Having done it at a higher level, having players who have done it.
Okay, good looking shot, but it's covered. There's a fielder in deep square leg.
One great thing about this partnership, both of them have continued to push hard between the wickets, even after batting for more than an hour out there in the hot sun.
It's valiant effort. Ken, going for the shots, it's not that they're not trying, it's just that kind of a day where it has not worked for them. But still, a wonderful partnership, 60 odd runs for them.
And you can see after a point of time, Japan went a little defensive as well. They realized that we just need to practice for a similar situation perhaps. And let's not go searching for wickets. Let's just make sure that we get through our 20 overs with the best ease.
Kane that he won the onside. It's almost 3 shots going in the same direction.
It's the other direction that they need a little more practice with. How often can you penetrate the offside now is what they'll go back and work with their coach. This tournament has been played in tremendous spirit on the field as well. You can see the wicketkeeper just helping out Svita Korda with the laces. The camaraderie that I've seen on and off the field between all of these players, Shah, that has been phenomenal. That's another thing that I'll take back from this tournament.
Yes, absolutely. You have to give kudos to all the players. Yes, we can see the rivalry on the field, but we have seen some beautiful scenes, some friendship, and a lot of respect for each other as well.
Down to the last ball of the game now. A convincing, thumping performance from Japan here. But plenty to cheer for that dugout and these two batters who have now stitched an unbeaten partnership. One more ball.
That was wide. So you need to wait. But I think it's a good wait for Japan. They will take it. 3 out of 3 for them. 3 out of 3 for Thailand. And we have seen some good cricket in this group. Finds the fielder. Quick run taken. Well, scampering through. Look at the effort. It's wonderful to watch. And that will be the end of this innings. 94 is what Bahrain have managed.
Yes, and it's a 48-run win for Japan. Bahrain will know 20 runs here and there in that first innings, and they were always in the mix to get some points on the board. Eventually, they'll finish their campaign winless only in terms of points, but winning plenty of experience and awareness out of this particular tournament. The biggest success perhaps are Sweta Korda finishing unbeaten alongside Abira Waris Ali. Sweta finished with 34, Abira with 27. But star of the game once again, Ayaka Stafford, after losing 3 wickets. She came out, scored 63 from 61, stitched a brilliant partnership with Hinase Goto, took Japan to 142, and eventually right at the very end, that became a bridge too far for Bahrain then. With the ball, Ayumi picking up 1 for 19, 1 for 10 for Kato was the pick of the lot. So that's the news right at the end of 40 overs, a full game in this afternoon fixture. It's Japan who end that group stage with another convincing win by 48 runs. We'll take a slight little breather and you're going to meet Dipesh Shule for the post-match presentation. Don't go too far away.
Welcome to the post-match presentation, and what a show that we've seen. What a thrilling encounter that we've just seen from Japan and Bahrain. Both the teams stepping up to the occasions and players making it wonderful. We have with us our match referee, Shivani Mishra. I would like to invite you here to give away the player of the match, the first one that we will announce. Yes, we had a lot of contenders for that as well, because some brilliant performances that we've seen. It was Inase Goto with 45 runs or 43, and then it was Ayaka Stafford with 63 runs in 61 balls. But the choice of the player of the match goes to Ayaka Stafford. A wonderful innings, 63 runs in 61, a good picture and a wonderful photo with the match ball. Ayaka, describe and take us through all that was going in your mind, with of course your partner being there on the other end, but early loss of wickets, that must have put certain responsibilities to take you through for a fantastic innings like that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a bit stressful losing 2 wickets early, but me and Hinase haven't batted together before, but we have this word and it's nonchalant, so we make sure we stay composed, but make sure we're doing it coolly. And I don't know, we had a really good partnership. It did help the team, and I think I'm really proud of her. She did really well. I think I wouldn't have been able to stay out there if I didn't have a cool head too. So, yeah.
Certain roads are not that easy. There are bumps, there are speed breakers, but how do you keep yourself so calm in pressure situations like that?
I think it's just a matter of having experience. Like back at home, I get put into those situations, so it's just knowing how the conditions are. I think, especially in Malaysia with the heat, it's also hard, but I think just having that experience and making sure you stay calm.
What will be your approach moving ahead? Do you want to continue the same streak?
Yeah, well, we got Thailand next, so a bit of a rough game, but the girls have worked hard. I think one more game and then we're into the quarterfinals, so I think as long as we stay composed, work hard and deal with the heat, we'll be okay.
Congratulations on this one and many more to come. Thank you so much. Well, that was the player of the match, and then we would like to invite the captain of Bahrain to have a quick chat with us. Lots of positives to be taken, especially Shweta Nabira must be taking some breath out there right now after that long innings.
I'm happy for their batting, good partnership after the 3rd wicket. That is very good. Good positive things they are doing in the middle. That is good. But unfortunately, we lost the game. We are out of the tournament also. I am happy our performance today.
Well, tell us about the experience of being a part of this wonderful and prestigious event, and also what are the positives are you going to take back from here?
Yeah, that is positive things. Our bowlers are doing well starting well in the bowling in the first 6 overs. That is good for us. And batters, first 6 overs they doing well, but we have to work more with them, batters and bowlers, where they very good. That is good things for us. That is good tournament. We will finish this. Thanks for the ACC and our cricket board giving this opportunity for us and all the things. That is very good.
Trust me, you've enjoyed whenever Bahrain has played. All the best for the coming seasons, and may you come back more stronger next year.
Definitely, we will come back stronger.
Thank you so much. And now it's time to have a quick chat with the winning captain. Always good to have a smile on the face when you're moving in such rock solid form, when your players are performing.
Yeah, I think we had a few early wickets, which wasn't ideal, but then Aya and Shinase had built a really good partnership, so that was really good. And yeah, I guess also early wickets in the fielding was also helped us to defend the total.
Tell me, captain goes through a lot of these emotions, early wickets, but then your 2 fighters really fought this out. But was there a tense moment on you when those early wickets went in?
I was kind of worried, but Aya's in such a great form, and then also Shinase steps up, so I was kind of a bit, my nerve a bit like calmed down like towards the end.
All right, we want to just hear the last one before we end this wonderful interview. I just want to ask you a last question.
what would be a message to the girls now moving forward? There are some going to be serious situations coming by. What would be your one message to the girls?
I think we've been working really hard to get here, and also we're going to play against Thailand. So it'll be a great challenge, and then quarterfinal. So we just continue working hard as a unit.
Congratulations for this one, and best wishes for more to come.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's it. We had a wonderful game, and we all saw what happened. Some of the best performances came in, and yes, there are more such performances yet to come in the future. This is me, Dipesh Sule, signing off, and wait for some great milestones to be covered very soon as we are moving into a very serious stage of this wonderful tournament. Thank you so much. That's it.